Hi everyone, today I'm sharing a very special recipe with you, apple cake, or as we call it in Ukraine, apple pie or Sharlotka. This is a recipe my mom always made for us when I was a child, and it's the very first thing I ever learned to bake. It's super easy to make and kids friendly, so it's perfect for little bakers. Plus, there are so many apples and just a little bit of dough, making it healthier option. It's a comforting sweet treat that brings back so many memories for me. So, let's get started. First, we need two big apples. It's best to use sweet apples, and I used Honeycrisp. To prepare the apples, you can peel the skin if you want, and be sure to remove all the seeds and any other parts you don't want in your cake. Personally, I left the skin on because Honeycrisp apples have a juicy skin that adds great flavor. You can also use older apples that you need to get rid of, which is what I usually do when I make this cake. Next, we will cut the apples. You can chop them or slice them depending on your preference. I'm using a mandolin slicer, but I wouldn't recommend slicing them too thin. So go ahead and slice or chop your apples to your liking. If you are using older apples, just cut off any bad parts and chop the rest. Also take half of the apple, cover it with plastic wrap and set it aside for later. We will use this half to slice and decorate the top of the cake. Now add 1 tablespoon of lemon juice and 2 tablespoons of sugar to the apples and mix everything thoroughly so all the apples are coated. Next, add half a cup of raisins and 1 cup of chopped pecans or walnuts. I actually forgot to chop mine, so I just crushed them a bit. No worries if you do the same. You can also skip the raisins and nuts and just stick with the apples for a more classic version. Now add 1 tablespoon of cinnamon and mix everything one more time so it's all well combined. Next, take a 9-inch cake pan or any other dish you have or prefer and cover it with parchment paper or just spread it with butter so the cake doesn't stick. Once the pan is prepared, place all the previously prepared apples into the pan and spread them evenly. Now set the pan aside and let's work on the dough. Take a separate bowl, crack 3 eggs into it, add 1 cup of sugar and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And using a hand mixer or a whisk, beat it all together until it becomes light and fluffy. This will give the dough a soft and airy texture. Once that's done, gradually sift 1 cup of flour and half a teaspoon of baking powder into the bowl. And slowly mix again with the mixer or whisk, making sure everything is just combined, don't overmix. Then take a spatula and gently fold the mixture, making sure to scrape anything that's sticking to the sides of the bowl. Now it's time to add the dough to the prepared apple mixture. Carefully pour the dough over the apples, spreading it evenly with a spatula. At the end, tap the baking dish gently so the dough spreads better. Don't worry if it doesn't cover everything perfectly, it will spread as it bakes. Now take the half apple we left aside, slice it again and decorate the top of the cake to make it look nice. I also like to sprinkle some raw sugar on top for a little extra sweetness and crunch. Of course, this decoration is optional, you can skip it if you prefer. Now it's time to bake. Place the pan in the preheated oven at 355 degrees Fahrenheit and bake for about 50 minutes. You will know it's done when the top is golden brown and a toothpick inserted into the center comes out clean, or the inner temperature reaches 194 degrees Fahrenheit. Once it's ready, take it out of the oven and let it cool for a bit before removing it from the dish. Once it's cooled, carefully remove the cake from the baking dish, slice it up and serve. You can enjoy it as is or add a dollop of whipped cream or a scoop of vanilla ice cream for an extra treat. I hope you enjoy making this apple cake. Thanks for watching and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more delicious recipes. See you in the next video!